Did you know if you're over 50 and ride a motorcycle, you are in one of the 3 most dangerous periods in a motorcyclist's entire life? Over 50, it's pretty dangerous. And it's not just those of us who are over 50 that are at risk. If you're learning to ride or are between the ages of 25 and 29, I hate to break it to you.
Just made the list, buddy.
And if you're in 2 categories at once, learning to ride and 25 to 29 or learning to ride over 50, well, you might want to finish watching this video. Now, as someone who has fallen out of that statistical tree and hit every single branch on the way down, I can attest that, yeah, learning to ride 25 to 29 and over 50 are all places that you can really have a bad day. But it doesn't have to be that way. And in this video, I'm going to share some of my personal experiences about getting away from motorcycles for over a year, almost a year, when I was being treated for cancer, and what it took me to get back and how that differed from other periods in my life. And so in this video, I'm going to talk about the 5 things that I try to keep sharp. It's a skill set that I never want to lose if I'm riding over 50. I think the reason most older riders experience a loss of our critical skills is that we begin to ease back in our riding styles and not push ourselves as much. While on the one hand, this makes sense as we age, the flip side of that coin is that we simply don't call on our critical skills as often. As we age, periods of inactivity from our riding have an ever-increasing negative effect on us. I found it is far easier to catch up where you left off after having a multi-year break in your 20s or 30s than it is when you're past 50 or beyond. My year away from riding felt like it set me back decades. Since then, I've been riding for 2 years, and while I'll feel fairly confident in my riding, it has become obvious that to continue riding into my late 60s and beyond, the riding exercises and mental focus I began with must continue indefinitely. I made a conscious effort to practice basic skills on every ride for the first month as I was getting my feet under me. As my comfort level and riding skill came back, I began to form a routine that would focus on what I consider the top 5 skills a motorcycle rider should always keep in check. Okay, at number 5 on my list, I've put reading traffic and anticipating others. Now, this is more of a mental skill than a physical skill that we have to practice, but I put it on the list because it is one of the most important skills, and in fact, as I've gotten older, it probably has kept me out of bad situations more than the others combined. Superior situational awareness is something we should always have at our disposal. This is a skill that generally comes with age, but a conscious effort to be aware of all the surrounding vehicles and pay attention to how drivers act or react to given situations is key to building this experience. As the saying goes, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. This is a key skill that every rider needs, especially as we age and begin to lose some of the quick reaction time we had when we were younger. Experience versus reaction time. While reaction time may decrease with age, extensive experience allows a rider to compensate by making better decisions and predicting situations more effectively. Okay, coming in at number 4 on my list is slow speed control. This is crucial for riding through town, in traffic, parking lots, places like that. Having the ability to turn sharp when necessary, to slow down, and just having absolute control of the bike without having your feet down and without, feeling uncomfortable turning and braking and accelerating, all in very short, confined spaces. Older riders tend to be on more comfortable, albeit larger and heavier bikes at precisely the time their strength, reaction time, and skill are needed for such rudimentary control as slow speed. So constant maintenance of this skill is vital. Slow speed control requires the precise use of multiple control inputs, technique, and body position. Using the rear brake, clutch, and throttle simultaneously is the hallmark of proper slow speed control. Larger bikes are less forgiving of even slight mistakes, so constant practice and upkeep of this crucial skill is necessary for all riders, but especially those of us over 50. Skills like slow speed control and cornering require constant practice to maintain the physical strength and balance needed for control, especially as flexibility or joint sensitivity may decrease. For number 3 on my list, hazard avoidance. And I think that's self-explanatory. Of course, we want to, avoid hazards, but number 3 is very important, and it is one that actually combines some and sometimes all of the other skills. And it's just something that we have got to have, and it is the reason why we practice these other skills. Mental focus. The ability to concentrate is vital for all these skills. Regularly exercising these abilities helps maintain mental focus and awareness, which is crucial for making good decisions while riding. Road or trail hazards are just a part of motorcycling, and just because we may have avoided some of these in the past, there is no guarantee we will be able to do it in the future. But it is crucial we prepare as best we can for what the road might throw at us. Number 2 on my list would be cornering and turning. As a motorcycle rider, we must never lose the ability to confidently and smoothly navigate all sorts of turns, from high-speed turns to slow-speed sharp turns, turns in parking lots, all of them. And this includes the ability to understand countersteering and use of body position for stability. And it's not just new or returning riders that need to build and maintain this ability. Even older riders who may have at one time mastered these skills need to constantly practice to stay proficient. As we age, this is one of those skills that begins to seep away from us faster than we think it does. In your 40s, you may have been able to ride at 8/10 in the twisties, only to find in your 50s that self-doubt from a lack of practicing has crept in. Number 1, braking. It should come as no surprise that the number 1 skill we should never lose track of and we should always master is the ability to brake confidently and smoothly in all situations, whether it's high speed, slow speed, while we're turning, adverse conditions, and in emergency situations. Regular maintenance. Just like any physical or mental skill, motorcycling skills deteriorate without practice. Staying sharp requires regular, focused practice to maintain proficiency and confidence. Confidence is a perishable skill, and having the confidence to apply more braking than you're used to requires not only you knowing your machine's limits, but be able to achieve those limits quickly in any number of situations. At the beginning of this video, we saw how being over 50 and riding a motorcycle puts you squarely in one of 3 of the most dangerous periods in your riding career. But why? Well, as we age, we naturally seek comfort in every aspect of our life, not just physically, but mentally as well. As a motorcyclist, this can cause us to avoid certain situations that make us uncomfortable. But by avoiding some discomfort, mental or physical, we're actually systematically speeding up the loss of our crucial skills and, more importantly, the confidence to use them. One bad habit to avoid is building a comfort zone into your riding and becoming complacent. By having a specific road, riding time, weather type, or destination that you prefer, you're inadvertently introducing a lack of mental focus into your routine. Don't be afraid to change up your routine slightly. Maybe take a different route to the same destination or go a different time of day. It doesn't have to be completely different, but just enough to keep us on our toes. Simply put, if you're going to ride late into life, then you have to ride as frequently as possible. And if you can't ride frequently, understand that periods off the bike can cause a loss of skill. Riding regularly is imperative to keeping our skills up to speed.
Hey guys, as always, thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. If you have any comments, put them in the comment section below. I'd love to hear from you. For those of you celebrating Thanksgiving this week, I want to say happy Thanksgiving. For the rest of you, we'll see you in the next video. Take care. We'll see you.